The Hemp Boca Show. Hemp Boca products are not intended to treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Side effects may occur and not recommended for use by women who are nursing or planning pregnancy. Ask a healthcare professional before use. Keep out of reach from children. You must be 18 years or older to purchase products from Hemp Boca. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome to the Hemp Boca Show with Gene and Chris, broadcasting live from Boca Raton, Florida, where we bring awareness and educate the community about hemp, CBD, cannabidiol, and health and wellness. If you'd like to be a part of the show, call 888-565-1470 or send us an email at awareness@hempboca.com.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody. I think I broke the microphone.
Oh, no.
I tried to move it because it's too close.
There you go.
Oh, all right.
There we go. Okay.
Perfect timing.
I know.
Right as we go live.
Hi, Susan.
Hi.
How
going
are
on?
you?
Susan
Hello,
Lee Mintz, Mrs. Boner from Boca. Now I'm going to be officially known as the Boner. The Boner. The
Well,
Boner.
Come on. Mrs. Boner from Boca.
I'm
That's
rocking it tonight with
Love
the
your
hat.
hat.
Lovely, lovely. I love the color.
Bad hair
Wow.
day.
Bad hair day. Yeah. I put my hair up with my
But we have
bad
lots
hair
of
day.
good stuff that
Jeez,
you're going to
and
talk
Gene and I,
about.
we feel like we're going to, well, you're all full of color.
I'm going to do it right now in
What are you
front of
gonna do?
everybody.
Really?
Finally, it came.
It came.
What is that?
Oil. This is a big bottle, and it's 600, I think, whatever. So I want to
Yes.
show you how a virgin bottle of Hemp Boca oil
Let's
gets
do it.
opened on live radio, and you twist it.
Remember, it's child
No
Gently.
limits, no,
No
boundaries.
And you take, and the postman is so thrilled because, and you said, they said 3 to 5 days for delivery, and I forgot there was a holiday and a weekend, so
Right.
I was
Yes.
thoroughly pissed. But I met the postman,
Business
and the
days.
postman delivered it, and he was very happy, and so am I. So live, this delicious
On-
golden
it's
oil on
Hemp
air.
Boca time.
Oh.
What you do is
Wait, you got to shake it up? No, you got
I
to shake it up a
shake
few
it.
seconds,
Oh.
remember?
Yeah, you gotta shake well.
Yeah,
I
shake
did
it around.
before.
You did?
I've been so
All right,
shaking it
well.
up
Shake
for
it.
a lot.
It's good for the audience to see.
So I want everybody to see that
So everybody
Mrs.
see?
Boner,
Look,
Susan
show
Lee
them on the
Mintz
camera.
is
How-
officially,
How
you got to
pure.
put your tongue underneath your eye, and you put this heavy golden
There
Here's the
There,
structure.
right
There you
under the
go.
tongue.
Leave it there for how long?
Don't talk. You got to not talk or swallow for 15
For 30
seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Hold it under your tongue for 30
And then you
seconds.
can't talk if you can keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. And don't swallow
And
unless you are a swallower. And I am a swallower, so I love to swallow. So I'm going to swallow now because it's
All right.
got to be. And oh my God, is it good?
Aftertaste is-
But it's earthy tasting, right?
It's
very good.
got that
Describe,
aftertaste
yes,
that is
describe
heaven.
it.
But this is it, folks. It came, and for me to order anything, I was getting it free because I was promoting.
She's
And
taking
now,
600 milligrams.
now the post office
Can you
and
tell
the
the
postman.
audience why you're taking it?
Almost everything at this stage of my life. I'm 72, and if it's not one part of me that's got an issue, it's the next part of me. It's for thumbs, interstitial cystitis, a little arthritis, a little anxiety, a little stress, and I was born with stress. I mean, I'm stressed all the time. Even when I'm not stressed, my
You're
stress is stress. So my stress even has stress.
Stress.
But I just want you to know that I'm not here just to look pretty every week. I'm here because I believe in this product.
Oh.
And this
Well, we
product
thank you
says
very
work.
much for your continued support, and we're grateful that it's helping.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah, I can't get over the hat. Love the hat.
Thank you so much.
Did you
Thank
make
you.
that or did you
Oh,
purchase
God,
that?
no. I asked somebody who was wearing a black hat if I could have it, and they said yes. And they took it right off their head and gave
Well,
it to me.
who can say no to that face, by the way?
Right. And well, we're supposed to have a special
Sure, sure.
guest, Ed Sparron. He stuck in traffic. He's coming from Fort Lauderdale, so he's stuck in traffic, and we'll see when he gets here.
Yeah,
He's going to be
we'll
joining
just,
us. You know,
We'll be here around
when he gets
7:30
here.
or so. It'd be great.
Okay.
He is
So
going
we're
to.
excited.
What's the topic
have
for
him on.
tonight?
Well, it's HIV, AIDS, and CBD. I know that
Goes
that's
hand in hand.
I know you play a big role in the HIV and AIDS, and Ed Sparron. I mean, another great asset to the show with his background and him being an
Yeah.
HIV advocate as well. and working over at a center in Wilton Manors. So we're looking forward to having him come on at 7:30.
Ed is brilliant, and he's just an incredible, sweet person. But he also is HIV. He knows his stuff. He was with the World AIDS Museum when I met him, and then he ran the HIV, the PrEP program.
Right.
For that's pre-exposure prophylaxis program at the Pride Center.
He was one of the creator of the museum, right?
He was one of the originals.
The original,
he wasn't,
yeah.
but he
The
was
original,
one of the
original.
Yeah, but he with the Pride Center was the PrEP advocate, which is, I say, the big thing now. People need to get on who are HIV positive immediately, because they really can stop the transmission and help greatly. So people need to be aware of PrEP. That's pre-exposure prophylaxis.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I did some research on that, and I pulled up I printed out the map
Of
of North America.
Oh wow. You could show
The
it,
darker the red, the area where the darker the red
and what
is
that?
where it's
What is the
most
red? 'Cause
infected.
You can't really see what's writing, but what is it that the red indicates? The colors.
No,
Well, the colors are right.
this represents here the black community,
Yeah.
the Hispanic, Latin, and white.
Oh wow.
You see that?
And South Florida happens to be the
Happens
epicenter for the past 10 years. We've said it before. But if you look at that and you see the dark red, South Florida is for the last 10 years, has the most increase in HIV infections.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And there's a lot of reasons we can get into why.
You know what, when we decided to take on this topic, because we're so focused on, all we talk about is your most common symptoms, of why people taking the CBD products, but we never really focused on well, what about there are illnesses out there, in this case HIV and or AIDS, and how CBD has or is making a difference for the individuals. A lot of the symptoms that we discuss, they have from having HIV and or AIDS.
Right.
And
living through that, and how it relieves the pain.
But unfortunately, and I hope on our show and many other people too can bring continued awareness to this, because not many are aware that what these products can do for them.
Right.
Did you find any studies or do anything to see any data?
So I wanted to touch base on HIV itself, right? And it's a human immunodeficiency virus is a whole bunch of different other factors that they can get from just having low T cells.
Right.
And it's amazing how what they have to go through to protect, to prevent themselves from getting the AIDS virus.
AIDS, HIV when it becomes AIDS, your T cells become a certain level.
Because it was somewhere like 200. The stage of HIV infection is when the T cells reach 200 cells or per cubic millimeter of blood or less.
But what about, did you find anything where specifically CBD has been used in any places where they've done studies to show that it will do relief for so many symptoms?
So yes, there are a number of states, but unfortunately, there aren't that many. There aren't that many states. You're talking half of the country.
Yeah.
And there's still and within the half of the you have I have a few here just out, but Gloria, from Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Delaware, Florida, Hawaii, Illinois, New Hampshire, and so on. But the crazy thing is that where are the rest of the states? Why aren't there more people involved, more studies? And as far as symptoms,
right. Well, that would be something that Ed Sparron, he would be able to shed light more on,
with his personal experience,
right, and the support that's out there for people who may have or may not know they have.
Being that we're here in Florida,
infected.
I would like to know, specific on his standpoint, like numbers here in the state of Florida, what he's experienced personally, where the centers he was working at, how many or if any were actually using CBD products, or instead of the pills, because that's all you hear.
I would really think though, for symptoms of nausea, just an overall general wellness, if it will help the immune system, I would think that it would just be a benefit. It would be another layer of protection.
Yes.
So to your question earlier, cannabis, or the benefits, right? It says here that many studies, and I have, there was a website I was on where this website, it has a, where all these different all these doctors provide their input on what they're experiencing through their own studies. So I found it interesting that a lot of them come back and they were saying that the cannabis, the benefits were helping improve appetite, reducing chronic pain significantly, to a point where some were not even experiencing chronic pain.
Right.
And you have nausea.
And if you're nauseous and vomiting, you're not going to get your health is never going to be up to par, because you just can't hold down food, which are your nutrients. And that's when things start really getting bad, is when the virus can attack other parts of the body. So your nutrition is so valuable. So this would help very much for helping people eat.
And anxiety.
Right.
Who doesn't have anxiety?
Oh.
But the thing is, we don't have enough studies to get into the cancer cells part or the T cells part or anything like that, right? But what's helping, we have a customer where her father has prostate cancer.
Yeah.
Using our 1,000 milligram. What is he using it for? For the side effects
Of the chemo.
you know, and he's in remission, but you know, and she's telling me, she's like, my father wakes up like we're like a normal, like nothing's going on with him. He feels amazing because your product's taking care of his side effects. There's not enough study to show if it's really affecting the cancer cells or anything like that, so we don't speak to that. But what we're grateful of is the fact that it's helping him, you know, go out the day without any pain, without any discomfort.
There's not.
So,
You can go on Twitter, or you can Google, and you'll see an awful lot on cannabis. You'll see an awful lot of CBD information.
Right.
But when you do something like that, you're also at risk for getting products that might not be of that quality.
It's true. It's very true. But specifically, I do want to touch on a couple of the different symptoms, the most common symptoms with those that have HIV and AIDS, and how it's changing.
Right.
But go ahead.
Well, when we come back, we have to take a break right now. So when we come back, we will touch on those topics, and also of how people can get
and if you
information.
want to call in the show and provide some input, you can dial 888-565-1470. It's Boca time in Boca Raton, Florida, with Gene and Chris and Pomona.
Are you looking for all-natural, organic, full-spectrum CBD oil that is safe for people and pets? Hemp Boca's all-natural, organic hemp CBD, all grown in the U.S., processed through third-party labs. No GMO, solvent, or added preservatives. Our process includes full panel screening for metals and pesticides, and CO2 extraction, creating the purest hemp CBD oil. Go to hempboca.com for more information and products, or call 1-844-385-1588.
Hemp Boca's products continue to relieve discomfort for many people with anxiety, sleep, muscle, pain, MS, fibromyalgia, and also pets. Go to hempboca.com for more information and products, or call 1-844-385-1588. Tune in each week for the Hemp Boca Show, where our mission is to bring awareness and educate the community about hemp, CBD, cannabidiol, and health and wellness. You've been listening to the Hemp Boca Show with Gene and Chris. Tune in each week. Our mission is to bring awareness and educate the community about hemp, CBD, cannabidiol, and health and wellness. Call toll-free 888-565-1470. And now, back to the show.
Hi. Thanks for joining us again. Yeah, I know, right?
Hi.
We got to do a shout out to one of our sponsors. The segment is brought to you by Phoenix Package Logistics, PPL is the exclusive distributor of Hemp Boca clinical CBD products. They're an e-commerce fulfillment and shipping specialist providing a wide range of logistics services to retail and consumer goods manufacturers, including online resellers. They also provide FBA, fulfillment by Amazon services. For more information, please contact Barry Stein at 954-742-4790 or visit them online at phoenixpackage.com. Great bunch over there. Thank you, Norm and Hunter, for all your support. We appreciate it very much.
And the intro to our show
Yes.
was the Ricka Project Band. Thanks, Jesse and the band. And it's off the album of Jazz for Beer Drinkers, and the song is Grant's Groove.
Right?
Great song. And if you guys want to hear them or get their schedule where they're going to be playing, you can reach them at therickaproject.com.
.com.
.com.
No limits, no boundaries,
No,
Gene.
that's a lot to say. I have a wonderful little quick story.
Just chop away,
Oh,
chop away.
please.
What's your story?
Well, it's not. It's a little poem that I wrote this morning while I was sitting on the throne. It says...
While you were alone?
Well, I was on the throne alone.
On the phone.
Not even with the phone, just with the Lord. Anyway,
We can
it
go all night
says,
with that.
Mrs. Boner is not a stoner. Now it's CBD, not weed.
That's the poem?
That's it.
That's the shortest poem I've ever heard in my life.
Mrs. Boner is not a stoner. Now it's CBD.
It's more like
not
a
weed.
limerick.
Huh? I just think it was wonderful. It says everything, really, where we came from and where we're going. It was wonderful.
I think that's a saying, right?
We could put it on your shirt, your socks, your underpants.
It's one of
I think
those,
it's
like,
a
you know-
wonderful saying. But the other thing
And
is
one of my favorite sayings is, and this is from Susan Lee Mintz.
the 3 M's.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Is that it? Here's
Well,
the
no.
memoir to
The
forget.
3 M's.
The memoir, a memoir to forget. The 3 M's. Marijuana, martinis, and men.
Yes.
A memoir to forget.
It is in that order?
No,
No?
they're just all being given up. That's
You caught her
it.
off guard.
I know.
yes. Yes. But anyway, real quickly, so my friend from church, she comes over to me on Sunday and she says, "Were you on the radio with CBD oils?" And I said, yes. She says, we were driving and the girl said, and we were flipping through stations and the girl said, "I think that's Susan." And she said, "That is Susan," and she's talking about CBD oils. Next thing I know, there's a lady who chimes in and she says, "Oh, so you're selling marijuana now on the radio?"
Yes, that's what we're doing.
I said, "No, my darling, I can't get into the data and the stats, and we're not going to go there. But no, I'm not selling marijuana like I used to in the 80s or so. There's a big difference. But CBD oils are incredible, and you should just go to WNN, the Health and Wellness Network, or email me, and I'll tell you all the information you need to know. But it is interesting how people from my church who don't know me as Mrs. Boner, they don't know the 90s lady. They only know me for the past
Now you're the
decade.
CBD lady.
Right.
So it's interesting when you have had a past and you've been around a while. I mean, my church knows me as Susan Lee Mintz,
think-
Hospice and AIDS. They do not know Mrs. Boner, the cookbook lady.
No. I think we're going to change that, though.
To what?
We're going to get your name out there again.
Well, yeah, I'm looking for a publisher to buy $1 million book, and I'll throw in 2 little other ones as a wonderful thing, and I'll promote. I just need a publisher to promote, publicize, and do printing and handle it. And that's it. We're nationwide and global in every language. Safe sex is back.
That's right.
We have been resurrected,
By the
not erected as my little rooster on the... He's erected. I'm resurrected.
Can you see?
All right?
Show the book. Yeah.
He is erected, my little...
What
my
came
little-
up? What
He's
made
the
you
Safe
come up
sex
with
never
the?
tasted so good.
He's just a bodybuilding cock. I mean, he's just a rooster, but cock is fair. It's what they're called.
This
Yeah.
is
This
Mrs.
is
the
it.
Boner.
I mean, a
back
cock
in
is
the
a rooster,
days.
so don't get naughty and
The
dirty
90s.
on me right now.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Did
that's
you-
the issue.
That's
That's
great.
it. We're resurrected and erected at the same time.
That's awesome.
We're for sale. We want a publisher. Amen.
So, was that your story? Because did you say you had another story, or what other story?
Oh,
So you go-
one more mention before I'm totally cut off and let them talk about their stuff, because I know I'm...
We're
can
gonna
do
go
that.
over.
BuzzFeed.com, that's BuzzFeed.com, did a thing on the power of the word no, which I wrote about, and they picked 19 success stories called Grit and Success, or How to Be Successful with Grit. They did the whole interview, and then you'll see Danny DeVito. They picked 19, and you'll see a celebrity that will be on the top of your thing. But they picked me as one, and Danny DeVito is my opener for my little thing that says the power of the word no. So I'm now on BuzzFeed.com as Susan Lee Mintz, quoted, and also in Authority Magazine and Thrive Global. So you may go to my website, don't forget the W's, SusanMintz.com, homepage and media, and you can find out everything you need to know. And now I'm going to be quiet so I can let these wonderful people sell their product. Yeah. But I also have one more thing to say.
Yeah, I was wondering why you brought these.
Bonerware. This is incredible. My dear friend Rob Scott with the health department got me this for Christmas. You got to show this to the camera.
They're spatulas, though.
This is it.
Okay, they're tricolor.
Oh my God! Look at it. It's
Tricolors.
tricolor. I mean, you want to use it. Tricolor Technibond. This is serious cookware. All these, this is disco cookware, like you'd see with the bowl.
All the different colors.
With
Look
the
at the
Titanium plate,
Look at the
stainless
colors.
steel.
Look how
Yeah.
they
It
change
is.
colors.
This is disco.
Rainbow colors.
This is bonerware, and I'm sorry I didn't come
That's-
up with it sooner. It is incredible. So it's just a great company, Cambridge, and he got me all these things. And if you could
great.
really see it, it is. I mean, it's brilliant. It's got the spatula, the pot
Slotted
stirrer for the
spoon.
pot,
Yeah.
and it's got
need
the
those.
spoon. And I just
I'm
wanted
going to be
to
cooking
say,
tomorrow.
this
That's
is
right.
wonderful stuff.
Oh, good for you. I'm glad.
We're stirring the
Actually,
pot.
Yeah, we're stirring the pot.
All right.
So anyway, how do we switch over to this?
Yes.
All right.
We got to make light of, the story. It's
I
really
know.
heart-wrenching
It is.
to hear the stories.
So to touch on some of these other symptoms that we were just described earlier, one of the most common symptoms with those that have HIV, not so much AIDS, is that they immediately lose this appetite.
Yeah.
They don't have the desire to eat. So what the cannabis or cannabinoids have shown is that one of the studies is that the individuals will be taking this and then finding themselves actually getting up in the morning and wanting food, like having that desire to have intake, and food intake, what have you. But unfortunately, because of what they're experiencing and the drugs they're taking, it interferes with their appetite. So that's why a lot of them lose so much weight. But they found that where they found, it says here in 2005, think about that. What does that tell you? We're in 2019. When I saw the year 2005, I'm like, where the hell are these studies? Why aren't we hearing about this stuff?
Right.
In all this time. So in 2005, a survey conducted on 523 HIV positive patients found that 143 or 27% of the respondents used cannabis to manage their symptoms. To those, an overwhelming 97% reported they experienced improvements in appetite. 97% on just that one study in 2005. Okay, so where
are we now?
Where are we?
Yeah.
The data is always
data is-
behind.
Why do they keep this information quiet? But they're so quick to, okay, go get your prescriptions, go to the doctors and get your prescriptions, get the drugs. They're so quick to sell that. But when you've got studies like this, I'm telling you, with the hemp bill, the farm bill passing, and millions and millions of people across the United States, across the country now.
Now there's going to be more
now
money
they're getting into the
poured
hemp.
into
And they see
the studies now.
the
Yeah.
pharmaceutical companies are upside down. There's no way they're gonna
Well, they're going to get
stop
involved
this.
into the cannabis industry. They're going
The
to.
consumers, yeah, but the consumers though are they're the smartest. They're the ones that know. They're the ones that are going to make the difference. They're catching on now.
Right.
So when you see, same thing, another study in 2005, nausea. Again, majority of the individuals in that 523 study did not feel nausea from taking cannabis. It's unbelievable. It frustrates me. I think it frustrates me more than anything because what we learn every day, right? With our products, what we're doing, what we're trying to accomplish ourselves. We're not doctors.
No.
We're not doctors. We're learning.
We're not claiming that we're doctors.
We're learning about this.
Right.
And we've been at this less than a year, but look at this. Look at the awareness of the things that we're trying to improve in such a short time. But yet you have these individuals in 2005, 14 years later, we're all hearing about this stuff now.
You'll get statistics on infection rates, who is more at risk.
Right, that's
you'll get CDC,
updated.
NIH, World Health Organization. You'll get stats that'll be a year old, or basically, because that's just the way it works. You can't get a stat from 218 until 218 is over, and they get the data. But when it comes to either cannabis, marijuana, CBD oils, you are not going to get a lot of heavy duty research. I told you to go to Israel, see what Israel's doing, because they're always ahead of the curve when it comes to marijuana. And
Well,
we are the
Israel
last.
just a week or two, a couple weeks ago, they just now approved medical
Israel
use within the country, but you can't like we can't sell. It's all right, and it's still secluded, it's still within the country itself. But pain relief. Come on, I mean, there's so much pain in this world as it is. The amount
That's an understatement,
right? The amount of HIV and AIDS have experienced close to no pain taking cannabis.
Right.
In Canada, kudos to Canada. I have to give them props. They have more studies. They're they're way more in advance and beyond what we've accomplished. Yeah, and in the studies,
even in the health industry over there. It's
they're very progressive,
and then
a lot of countries are very progressive and very up to date.
So as far as intake, they also did a study on how much they would take. So 25 milligrams, which is one of our gummies.
Yes.
25 milligrams. That's what the average inhalation, or considered 9.4% of THC, 3 times daily for 5 days. 5 days, 3 times daily. That is it for someone who has HIV and AIDS to receive relief
From some of the symptoms.
And that's, I mean,
years of having the, HIV or years of experiencing this pain.
Right.
It just took them 25 milligrams 3 times a day, 5 days on average.
No, that's amazing. It's amazing. And I wish that people would,
Well, the more you talk about it, the more exposure you get. That's what's good about it. That's why you're on radio or television, and you're right now. You're exposing people to what is and what isn't, and giving them some data to prove your statistic. No matter what your health related topic will be, all you got to do is just give the data out and get it to people, because your information right now, you're just in an information medium, and that's wonderful, because you have the power right now to be able to talk about things that a lot of people aren't talking about. They may be reading about it, but they're not talking about it, and there's a big difference.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You don't hear many topics, I mean, I switch through radio stations all day long. I'm in the car. And there's a lot of talk shows out there, and no one's really touching on HIV AIDS. I wonder why.
No, they're not talking about CBD oils.
Or just a connection to CBD.
No, they're not.
I mean, they're not at all.
The AIDS issue, they're not talking about CBD.
There are a lot of people out there that are just maybe feeling uncomfortable, but I'm not feeling uncomfortable at all. I'll talk about this all day long, because of what products we have.
I'll take it all day long.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is what it's all about. It's about awareness.
There's that movie, The Postman Always Came Twice, or something.
No, always
but
rings.
It's like
something about that.
Always rings. Well,
so,
I don't know.
But
I want to, we want to touch base on Hemp Boca, and what we're doing.
Yes, we will.
So that's hopefully.
We can come back after the break.
Yeah.
And Ed will find us.
So,
no. And if you're out there, we're in Boca Raton, Florida.
No limits.
No boundaries. It's Hemp Boca time, Boca Raton.
Gene and Chris with...
We'll be right back.
The Boner.
The Boner.
Are you looking for all-natural, organic, full-spectrum CBD oil that is safe for people and pets? Hemp Boca's all-natural, organic hemp CBD, all grown in the U.S., processed through third-party labs. no GMO, solvent, or added preservatives. Our process includes full panel screening for metals and pesticides and CO2 extraction, creating the purest hemp CBD oil. Go to hempboca.com for more information and products, or call 1-844-385-1588.
Hemp Boca's products continue to relieve discomfort for many people with anxiety, sleep, muscle, pain, MS, fibromyalgia, and also pets. Go to hempboca.com for more information and products, or call 1-844-385-1588. Tune in each week for the Hemp Boca Show, where our mission is to bring awareness and educate the community about hemp, CBD, cannabidiol, and health and wellness. You've been listening to the Hemp Boca Show with Gene and Chris. Tune in each week. Our mission is to bring awareness and educate the community about hemp, CBD, cannabidiol, and health and wellness. Call toll-free 888-565-1470. And now, back to the show.
Before we get into...
Yes, Ed. You need directions.
he's fine. No problem. Hey, we're doing a two-part, remember?
Yes, I know.
So if not...
Ed will be here next week
Yeah.
also. If
This
we
was
miss him this week.
practice
We're
for Ed.
continuing.
Ed
We'll
will
continue
find
this.
it.
No problem. Yeah, we'll continue
Practice,
this.
Ed. You'll be fine for next week.
Yeah. I do want to... I want to point out something. It says here, when during that same study, that the marijuana has been frequently used to alleviate the painful nerve condition called peripheral neuropathy, a side effect largely associated with early generation HIV drugs. More than 12 million have HIV, and 1 out of 8 don't even know they have it.
And that's
Yes,
probably conservative.
I read that.
That's conservatives, right?
Yeah, because whenever you have a study or a data, you have to find out
that's
the source, and it can be slanted
average.
according to
Of course.
who's doing it. But many people don't want to know, and they don't know.
And on average...
And there's no mandatory
Right.
testing.
Right. Yes, I read that. That's a shame. That's a shame. And they're infecting other people.
What they
who is
really
not-
need to do is when you have your yearly physical, it should be automatic
right.
for
It should
all
be mandatory.
STDs. And that's just something I believed in. I've been promoting, and I get a lot of flack from it. I don't care. When you have a physical and you have your blood work done, you should be checked for every STD
Everything.
that
Yeah.
there is, and you can get rid of all of them. The other ones are, you can herb. It doesn't matter. We can name them all. There's cures. There's no vaccine or cure for HIV yet, but there is PrEP, and that's extremely important. PrEP
Right.
is pre-exposure prophylaxis.
Well, you know, all this data was according to Hemp Industry Daily, where they had a multiple list of doctors all across the U.S. that just all, provided their input, their experiences
On their
through their own
studies.
testings and studies. So they took an average. They took all the information and came up with an average. And I found it, was really interesting. But yeah, so we'll continue on, especially the next show with Ed. I'm sure we'll, he'll discuss. He has so much information, so education.
Yeah,
Right?
so please stay tuned. Hopefully he'll make it before
if not-
our show ends. If not, next week.
So what happens when
Definitely.
it's live? You never know what the next couple minutes is going to happen.
Never.
Who cares?
But we're here
Bonus
with
here.
the Bona.
The thing, though, is that I didn't know anything about any of this when my late husband was ill.
Yeah.
And I know that had I had exposure to it, marijuana was one thing. But if I had exposure to the CBD oils and knew about it, I definitely would have made sure that he was on it many times or he was staying on it. Because I do know that the effects of it are wonderful for many people. But I'm sorry that he missed out on so many of the medications and alternative methods
Right.
that
Right.
are out there now
Right.
that weren't then. And
That wasn't accessible.
it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't at all. So in a way that, but when he passed, it gave me my platform to be a vocal part of this HIV community and to keep promoting HIV awareness and what you can do.
Right.
And the one thing is we were talking about stigma.
Yes.
Talk about stigma. That's terrible. And that's why many people avoid being.
Right. There's so many people out there that does not know that they're HIV positive. And please, you need to get tested because you can be spreading that disease to other people who haven't has, HIV. So that's a scary part. Protection is probably, I think I read it's maybe 70% proof that you won't get, but it's
But even so, use protection doesn't mean anything.
No, it does not.
No.
It does not.
No matter what you're
the
using out
methods
there.
that you get HIV is
It just reduces a percentage. That's all it does. Doesn't guarantee.
No, it doesn't.
So
the other thing is that seniors, when I was writing for the, I don't know, I've written for so many newspapers in the area that are not even around anymore. But I was writing a healthy choice column, and one of the other things was about seniors and women who are 55, 60, 65 years of age. Even my gynecologist, she said that the amount of STDs that she's seeing amongst seniors is incredible. And she said because there's that mentality that since you're not going to get pregnant or you're lonely and you want companionship and you're still sexual and you have then Viagra or you have Cialis, you have some, erectile dysfunction drugs and other methods to get yourself hard. Man. But the women, though, need to also be very aware that they're an incubator. And it doesn't matter your age. HIV is just looking for a vessel. And women my age, it's very scary to be sitting around your friends at a bridge club. I always say at the bridge club, you're playing with your bridge club or mahjong, and someone say, surely I got diagnosed with diabetes. And then Sybil or Marcia says, and I have high blood pressure. And then Marilyn says, I'm HIV positive. I can promise you, your bridge club not going to want you around. It's something that seniors have to be specifically aware of.
Right.
And that's my market, is the stigma attached to it, which is still so real because it's a sexually transmitted disease, and people don't want to talk about that. They'll do it, but they don't want to talk about it. And seniors. Right. It's a whole nother dynamics of the population that are being left out of this discussion. And that's part of where the media comes in. The media is not talking about HIV because you have medications to suppress it. They're not talking because it's not newsworthy. It infuriates me to know that this still exists and people are becoming infected. And there's products out there that can help. And there's also no guarantee. You must take care of yourself and protect yourself any way you can. But my senior compadres are a mess right now when it comes to STDs.
Well, here I just pulled up here how HIV is a virus that infects people by getting inside their blood cells. To avoid getting HIV, you must prevent the blood, semen, vaginal fluids, or breast milk of someone who is infected from entering your body through your mouth, vagina, anus, tip of your penis, or breaks in your skin. So that's part of the way.
Well, the two most common in what I understand too in the U.S. is that it's drugs,
sharing needles,
and then sharing needles, and body fluids.
Body fluids,
It's always going to be that way. There's only the 5 modes. It's been 5 modes, and it's always going to be 5 modes. It has not changed. Right. The virus may have changed itself and is adaptable to different situations. It is. It's very smart. Yeah. But it's only 5 methods, 5 ways it's coming in. And if you allow it in, that's why oral health, having been a hygienist, oral health to me is so extremely important because if you have gum disease, you have periodontal problems. If you have problems with your mouth and you're having oral sex, that is a vehicle. That is a mode where if someone is HIV positive, you can get HIV orally. Yeah. It's not that common per se, but it is because that's why oral health is so important.
I know we have a long way to go with this, and I just hope that.
And it's not immediate. It can take 10 years.
It can be.
But you know something. But you know what we can do? We can help make a difference with those that have these symptoms with just feeling better. With our products. Yes. With other CBD products as well. I mean, I do want us to talk a little bit about Hemp Boca and what we've done in the last week or so. It's also important. Yes. So, kudos to Jean. While we're out, we're always out working very, very hard trying to bring our products to the consumers, and so we're very proud to to let everybody know that our products are going to be in pharmacies, and we have a couple stores by March. Online. Yeah.
That's
So we're very happy to have the opportunity, and it's finally, our name's getting out there. The quality of our products. We pride in our quality of products anyway. We know what we have,
Right.
but what's most important is the feedback from the customers. We have a couple of athletes that we're going to be doing some endorsements with, and we're very proud of that. We're probably going to be working on that this week or into next week. So, stepping stones, but we just can't believe the opportunities that are coming our way in such a short time. Mm-hmm. But Gene, thanks. Like what you've done, what you always do every week anyway, every day. Hemp Boca wouldn't be where it is without you, though. But it's awesome.
It's our job. This is what our passion, and you believe in it so much that we want to share with everybody. We want I just want to get up on the building and just scream out, Hemp Boca, we're here to help.
But we've been told over and over again the difference between us and others. It's you and I, or it's just how passionate and how we talk, how we speak about Hemp Boca and our products.
We are, right?
All we talk about is how we can help, why, and what our goals are. I mean, our goals are giving back, to children. Our goal is to.
Well, Chris, talking about giving back to our children and so forth, I want you to tell the viewers, the listeners, a little history about yourself of the why you got into the industry.
The why factor.
The why factor. Why?
Yeah, put me on the spot.
I'm not putting you on the spot. Come on. It's really,
put him on the
really,
spot.
Yes.
I'll touch base on it.
Make him blush
after the commercial. No, I don't mind. It's just something that I decided
very passionate for him
that came out recently. That's been with me for 25 years, and
it's really important.
Contributed to why I moved forward in creating Hemp Boca with Gene. And
that's good.
It's something that's very touching, emotional, but I'm at a point where now it's accepted.
Let it out. Get it out. No limits.
No boundaries.
He's
blushing.
We hit it.
He's getting.
Well, first of all,
he's blushing.
I know.
My father would tell you since I was a little kid.
Hi, Dad.
Since I was a little kid. Hi, Dad. I love you if you hear me. And I've always blushed. Oh, Ariana may be listening. My little dog.
Hi, Ariana.
Ariana, I love you. Daddy loves you, misses you. I hope you're sitting there. I know you're probably eating pistachios or whatever you were doing not too long ago, because she loves pistachios. So I asked her, Mom, I was like, put her near the radio or let her see Daddy or hear Daddy.
Aww.
But I love you, Ariana.
All right, we'll be right back after the commercial break with Gene, Chris, and
the Boner.
Are you looking for all-natural, organic, full-spectrum CBD oil that is safe for people and pets? Hemp Boca's all-natural, organic hemp CBD, all grown in the U.S., processed through third-party labs. No GMO, solvent, or added preservatives. Our process includes full panel screening for metals and pesticides and CO2 extraction, creating the purest hemp CBD oil. Go to hempboca.com for more information and products, or call 1-844-385-1588.
Hemp Boca's products continue to relieve discomfort for many people with anxiety, sleep, muscle, pain, MS, fibromyalgia, and also pets. Go to hempboca.com for more information and products, or call 1-844-385-1588. Tune in each week for the Hemp Boca Show, where our mission is to bring awareness and educate the community about hemp, CBD, cannabidiol, and health and wellness. You've been listening to the Hemp Boca Show with Gene and Chris. Tune in each week. Our mission is to bring awareness and educate the community about hemp, CBD, cannabidiol, and health and wellness. Call toll-free 888-565-1470. And now, back to the show.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay, we're live.
Yay.
Hit it with your story. Go
All
on.
right. Well, before we get into the story, I want to touch base on that. Hemp Boca show is on about 27, 28 different platforms. So any of those that besides Facebook, we have Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, YouTube, iHeart, TuneIn, Periscope, SoFlo Mixers, Tumblr, Radio Public, Spotify, Breaker, Stitcher, quite a few more. So we're pretty happy about that.
And if anyone wants to share their stories or chime in on anything that we, discuss on the show or any time, our guests or anything, just leave us a voicemail. And, if your subject is so chosen, we'll discuss it on air. The phone number is 561-295-4800.
Or they can email
Or the email.
at awareness@hempboca.com.
Right.
And also we advertise as well. So any those out there that want to advertise
Your business.
your
or your
business,
services.
561-330-5655 during business hours, or go to the website and all the information is there.
Yes.
So
And the
intro,
the intro.
I got you back. You know that. I know what you're gonna say.
The intro,
That's what it's all
The
about.
song intro to our show, that was Grant's Groove by the Ricka Project. And the jazz for the beer drinkers, that's the album. They just came out with
Yeah.
cool songs. Were they
And
good?
I know
Excellent.
They were
yeah,
really,
they're
really
very
good.
I know
Really
they're
good.
traveling too around the beginning of the year. They said they had some.
They made busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
you get a
good. They're
chance.
promoting their
I
album.
know.
It was very good.
They're going to go a
Yes.
long way.
Good music.
So for information on the band schedule or where they're going to be playing, visit rickaproject.com, the rickaproject.com.
Story
Project
time.
Story time.
Yeah. Story time.
Tell it.
Story time. Well, I have come from a family where we were always taught to love, give back, or just
Yeah.
help
10
others.
minutes.
So I had, over the years, that's what I've known, and always wanted to do something big, right, in my life, make a difference for somebody, or people in general. So in my early 20s, I moved to Orlando, and I had, we had some good friends at the time, and one of them had reached out to me and said, would you like to participate in, being a volunteer at a center at Disney? And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. Didn't ask why, or what I was, what the purpose was. I just said, no problem. And so, of course, Saturday morning comes and I drive over, and it's only a 20-minute drive from where I was staying at. And I will tell you that when I arrived, I realized in a split second it's just nothing that I was prepared for, nor I can't imagine anybody would be prepared for. But it was a center facility, I like to say a center, where they help children with cancer. And I was there to volunteer, kind of like a big brother, big sister type thing.
Right.
First time, I'm 23, maybe, in my early 20s. And of course I'm, sitting in my car trying to figure out how I'm going to keep my strength and my emotions, what have you, and keep a smile face and be strong, what have you, because, it's not something, when you see a child in some way or form of a struggle or something, you always want to be there to protect, because they're innocent, right? They're innocent. You just want to be there to help them. So the first morning started out where I'd go into this room, met with the faculty, and they fill you in on what you're going to do, why, children there with types of cancer, many didn't really have much to live and stuff like that. So I want to prepare you mentally. I don't know how you can get prepared for that.
Yeah.
So, I started, one of my chores was to set up the restaurant and, and tables and help hand out food, because it was an assembly, kind of like a buffet style. So I, at one moment I was, putting on my gloves and apron and getting all ready to go, and I started seeing the line of children form. And every so often you have a moment, right? You're looking at, it's like, wow, you know, here I'm in my early 20s. I've got other things in my head going on that I complain about on a daily basis, whether it be trying out my pay for an electric bill or something like that, or can I work extra hours just to make ends meet? And here I've got these beautiful children that, you know, and as they're walking in, I've noticed that a lot of them have no hair. And in some cases, you can't even tell that they're a male or female. And so I'm standing there and I'm helping, serving food. Now, in my head, I don't want to think that this could be one of the last or part of. It was hard. It was hard to just sit there but it was one of the greatest moments and experiences of my life. Yep. But yet the most emotional. And so as the children were coming by and they were all full of smiles and they were looking up at you and greeting you and smiles. I remember walking up when I first parked my car and I was going in, and the kids would come up and greet you. And I use the analogy, they greet you like kind of how the Disney characters did in all the parks when you walk in. But yet, that's what you're there for. You're there to greet them, to give them laughter, give them a smile, to give them another beautiful day.
Yes.
You know? So we got all, you know, through that, and then it was, you know, throughout Saturday, it was just nothing but, you know, pick whoever you want to play with and just go play. I was there for, it was 2 days, volunteer. I'd go home, live 20 minutes away, but let me tell you, it was the longest 20 minutes one of my drives, the longest 20-minute drive. Because all the emotions that I know I have, I also learned that I have other emotions too. Mm-hmm. It was unbelievable. And so I get there on Sunday morning, and thought I was prepared, even in better shape, because I already know, now I know what I'm expecting, right? No. Mm-mm. Because what Sunday was about was to pick a child to spend the whole day with. And all I wanted to do was pick them all. I didn't want to pick one. Yeah. I wanted them all with me. But we had, of course, other volunteers. And so I did pick this one child off to the side, sitting in a sandbox. And I don't know. It was an immediate attention grabber. I went right over, and I sat down in that sandbox, and I was like the happiest kid, the happiest child, to give him companionship, to give him love, to be a friend, to support, to be understanding as best as I can. As best as I can. What I realize is that no matter what you are experiencing in life, somebody else has it worse.
Always.
Yeah.
Always,
absolutely.
right?
Especially when you see children.
So he comes, his name is Jesse. Jesse comes up, and he immediately comes over and he greets me with a hug. Like we were relatives or we were friends. But he would be hanging all around me. And all through this whole experience, I always had in my head is like, I want to do something before I go. Would it be 10 years, 5 years, 20 years from now? I want to do something big in my life before I go.
Yeah. It's a great feeling.
So he looks up at me and he says, do you know I have cancer? And I think, you know, at that moment, I obviously could not respond. I didn't know what I said. I said yes, but I had to excuse myself. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever had the most bathroom breaks in one day than I ever did in a month, because I couldn't hold my emotion. It was so tough. So I had to keep asking one of the faculty members, please come over and take my place. I have to go use the restroom. And I would say, Jesse, I apologize. I was drinking a lot today. I have to go use the restroom. But I just couldn't show my emotions. I'd go and clear my head, recheck myself, and come back.
But that taught you so much about you and where your heart is. And that's why you're doing what you're doing now, is because you had that experience of saying, I want to give back.
Right.
So,
yeah.
That's why it's so important for me to have him speak about.
Because that's the foundation.
So I'm there, and the hardest thing was for me to say goodbye, because you can only volunteer so much and so on, because there's so many other people around the country who want to volunteer. It wasn't just around the United States. Disney's worldwide.
Right.
But it taught me a lot growing up, and I'm still growing up, even at my age. So when I started Hemp Boca, for Jesse never left my mind. I never shared this story much because it's very touching, very close to me.
Mm-hmm.
But this is what Hemp Boca, and why I started Hemp Boca, because I want to give back. I want to change people's lives in pain, give them relief. We don't know what CBD or cannabis is going to do for cancer, but damn it, if I can reduce one cell in one person, I've accomplished everything. I've always dreamed of.
That was great. That's
that
what
it?
I wanted you to share.
That's
So-
it.
I think
He's
that's
crying and blushing at the same time.
But
And remember,
No limits.
no boundaries.
all the
It's
Hemp
time.
Boca from Boca Raton. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Be safe.
Good night.
Thank you for listening to the Hemp Boca Show. Tune in every week where we bring awareness and educate the community about hemp, CBD, cannabidiol, and health and wellness. For questions, comments, information, and products, visit hempboca.com. We'll see you next week.